OU was a little bit better today than they were in the first meeting, at least in a couple of weight classes, but you guys seem to be even better than you were in December. Do you sense that they've improved, but you guys may have improved some too?
Well, I don't know about them. I'm sure, they're looking at their season as they progress through the season, look like they got better, I thought we had a good match, they were going deep into their reserves for some of those weights, which made the difference in the score. But, I liked what I saw from the standpoint of the points scored, critical times to separate the match. I thought we had that at 25. I thought it was pretty critical at 49. Those are the things I'm looking for, is that, hey, it's a tough match. They're going back and forth. It's hard to score, and then you will yourself to score, and separate the score. And I think two particular matches I enjoyed watching was 25 and 49. It's good to see Joseph back in the lineup, and good to see him get some back points. Good to see him, build a lead and continue to build it. So Chandler Rogers, tough match, scored 2. Again, that's a match I kind of like. That second takedown in the second period. Those are the things you need, to really advance. Scoring points and that shot rate. I want to see that shot rate go up, as we go forward from here. More shots, more attempts, continuing to score. So I think even with Kyle Crutchmer 3-2 match, 4-2 match, that was a win that was a match last year that took him out for the season, same guy. And I'm happy to see him finish with a good win tonight, because I felt like Reed, no matter where he's ranked, I don't know if he's even ranked, I think it was going to be a tough match, and he was going to have to wrestle well.
You mentioned Joe. Kind of happy with what you saw after his absence?
It was good. I thought a little bit slow and kind of getting back into it and letting him know that I can wrestle hard. I think that, you have the injury he's had. You're a little bit timid because you know that it's been a injury that he's healed it up. It's got hurt again. He's healed it up, got hurt again. So it was good to see him kind of break out of it and just let it fly. His knee's in pretty good shape, and we'll continue to protect it a little bit with the things we're doing. But I'm pleased with him, and it was a good tech fall for him.
Are you glad he was able to get a match under his belt before next weekend? You wouldn't want to go into next week without a match, since his last outing at Missouri. I mentioned the Boyd. You guys, it's kind of been hard not overlooking everyone all season to Penn State. Is it nice to have this week now where?
Yeah, you're right on that. It's been a couple weeks that they announced that we're wrestling Penn State, and we had 4 dual meets left. What happens if you get beat? You get to wrestle the match. It's kind of disturbing to me. It sends the wrong message to your team. I think it put a little bit more additional pressure on our team that we needed. That was just kind of announced it way too early. I mean, if something would have happened and we would have lost a dual meet, I'm not sure we would have been in the championship match. So, everyone we've wrestled up to this point has been, some of them have been solid teams, but the team that's coming in next week is quite different. And there isn't any question we'll have to have our best outing to win. I know they got us ranked number 1, but I'm not sure when they have 6 or 7 guys that are ranked above us how we're number 1 in dual meets. So it's a little bit odd. So we'll see where it ends up, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited that we got back to it. There's a lot of talent on that team, Penn State's team, and if we show anything less than our best performance, it'll be tough for us.
You get I believe it's your second largest margin of victory today, and it's Bedlam. Was that kind of the perfect setup going in for that duel against Penn State?
I will say that at 49, the negative point that they gave, I didn't think that was deserved. I think it was a little bit of a even deal out there, so it ended up helping us. But does it help us? It doesn't hurt us, scoring 37 points, and our backup had heavyweight being competitive, 97-pounder that we threw in there. It was kind of good to see. Good to see. I think your team likes to see those kind of guys get out there and giving up 40 pounds, and they're tough. So Derek, even in a loss, I think he helped us, feel good about our performance.
You talked about that 149 match. Do you kind of expect that from the guys when it's Bedlam out there?
Well, again, I go back to that being a match that looked like it was hard to score. A minute and a half went by, and it's 0-0, and you just saw Collick could take it to another level, going, I don't end the first period 0-0, and we've talked about that, that your longest period in the match is the first period. You don't give up those 3 minutes and try to win a match in 4 minutes. You win that match by utilizing that 3 minutes. Your conditioning, putting wear and tear on people. And just being sure that even if you're behind in the first period, okay, you got to put them in a wrestling match. Anybody can stand around like we saw at 97. Anybody can do that. There's no anxiety. You can go out and wrestle. If there's nothing going on. Nobody wants to watch it. Well, maybe not you. No, I'm just kidding. But my point is, we got to get busy. We got to start the match. It doesn't mean we go out and go crazy. It just means we create action at that 30-second mark that the tempo needs to be going. We need to start building and looking for points. That shot rate I'm talking about, those attempts, those chain wrestling off of those attempts into scores. That's what wins matches. That's what wins championships. So continuing to looking for that.
You did have seven matches where there was a takedown in the first period. Did you feel like the message is being received by the guys?
Yeah, it was good. Kind of keep in mind that those are the things that we want to do, but let's do that next week. Let's get ready to do that next week and be ready to punch some guys. Forget about their credentials. I know several of them got some pretty high credentials of what they've done in the past, and they've earned that. And we just got to be ready to be really competitive. So I'm excited about the event. I'm excited about the opportunity for us to be able to host the event. It's our home. Let's make it happen.
Last couple of weeks, you talked about how Cade Brock starts strong. You'd like to see him finish stronger. He gets 3 takedowns last minute. Is that what you want to see out of him?
Yeah, I thought that kind of a little nasty on him. You want to see him more and more put in those situations where, I don't want to see him get emotional, but and I thought we saw that a little bit at the end with the referee blowing the whistle, and a little bit quick. It was 17-3, right? 17-3. He hadn't teched him with the ride time point. You got to let the match. The referee thought it was a tech fall. He got a little bit emotional, but I liked the way he had to push himself to put those points on the board. And those are the things that in tough matches that you need to take down in the third to win, maybe 4-3. You got to learn how to do that when you're tech falling people, right? That'll help you score that takedown in the third in a tougher match.
You mentioned earlier, but Chandler Rogers, his pin really brought this place alive, and it was an emotional moment for him, it looked like. Why do you think so? What do you think that meant to him?
Well, I think we've had challenges with Chandler, right? Completing matches, finishing matches. He's been he's been all year long, not being grinded out throughout a whole match, either getting pinned or pinning someone. I don't know how many pins he has. He's got a lot on his side, and of course he's been pinned twice. But I just think that we're really wanting from him to complete matches. Score in the first, score in the second. You got the number 10 guy in the country. You're wrestling today. And that's what he's fired up about, is that not only did he not get that he got the pin, that he was winning comfortably when he pinned him, rather than, and that's what he was feeling good about. He didn't go out in the first minute and pin someone. He went out, scored a takedown, scored another one in the second one, and then scored one in the third, and in the process pinned his guy. So that's exciting. You see that mentality throughout the 7 minutes, and I think they ended up wrestling a little over 6 minutes. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Is there a better way to have your senior day be a 34-point victory over Bedlam Rebels?
I mean, like I keep saying, it's about the opportunities, and that was a fun one. That was a opportunity that I think we took advantage of.
This is the first time you guys have finished undefeated in the regular season since 2005. Is that something that was a kind of any sort of point of reference leading up to this week? Is it something that you guys talked about as a group?
I don't actually. Really, all we focused on this week was our training, and I mean, Coach didn't even give us really a minute to think about these duels. He kind of made us think about our legs and our arms and how our body felt through training this week.
What does it mean to you being a part of a program that has gone through the regular season undefeated?
It's fun. I mean, I think it's just things that you get to look back on later and just think about how awesome this time is.
Yeah, Penn State coming here a week from today. Just what are your general thoughts with the matchup going into it?
I think that's something we want. We want those guys. And right now, whenever we're starting to really peak and figure ourselves out, our styles, what we want to do, I think it'll be awesome.
You guys try not to overlook opponents all season at Penn State. It's nice to finally have this week now where you can actually focus on Penn State.
Yeah, that's definitely, I think it's the weeks that make you better, getting to know that you have these God-given opportunities coming up that are just awesome, and just working the whole week with that in the back of your mind, but also focusing on your practices.
And one of the biggest wins you guys season in Bedlam, is that the perfect way to kind of set up next week?
Yeah, I like it. It's always good coming off a win, knowing you laid it all out there.
Colquitt gets a little chippy in his match. Last Bedlam, crushed Diz. You guys kind of expect those little pushing and shoving?
Yeah, I mean, it's expected. Nobody has any hard feelings, I don't think. I think it's wrestling. Sometimes the refs don't understand that that's going to happen, and it's kind of fun. I mean, it's fun for the fans. It's fun for the wrestlers. So I think they should let it go a little bit more.
You talked about focusing on training this week. You don't give up a point at all. Is that a satisfying way to finish this week of training to go out with a 16-0 tech fall?
I mean, I didn't even know that until you just said that. But, yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's fun. So.
Only guy to not give up a point today.
I didn't know that. Thanks for telling me. Thank you, guys.